welcome to Coolers in and welcome to Euro 2020. Yes, it has taken a year longer to get here. The tournament, of course, postponed last summer due to the COVID outbreak, but right here and now it is time for summer international football, and right here on the channel we are going to staying right up to date with everything that is happening in this tournament. I am ready to give some prediction for the entire tournament ahead. So sit back, relax, and let's get right to it. And in terms of the tournament itself, that will be called Euro 2020, even though it is taking place one summer later. The tournament will run from the 11th of June for a 1 month before the final takes place on the 11th of July. And the first time ever in this tournament, there will be held across 11 host cities. You have got London, St. Petersburg, Baku, Munich, Rome, Amsterdam, Bucharest, Budapest, Copenhagen, Glasgow, and Seville, which means that many of the teams competing in Euro 2020 will get to play at least one game in front of a home crowd. In terms of the format, there are going to be six groups of four teams each, and crucially, the top of each group will, of course, progress to the knockout stages. But also, what you have got to bear in mind, especially when you are looking at the prediction that four of the best placed third teams will also progress to the last 16. So, as you saw, when Portugal won the tournament back in 2016, you can finish third in the group and still make it deep into the tournament. If we start first of all with group and exactly how we see this group going, it does contain Turkey, Italy, Wales, and also Switzerland in the group. And I have got to say, apart from maybe Italy, who could be a step above the rest, I do believe the rest of this group is gonna be very, very competitive. I don't think Wales have been as strong as they were back in 2016. Turkey were a team that in qualifying they were very, very good defensively, but can they score enough goals to get out of the group? I am gonna say here very, very close, but Turkey coming in fourth, which seems harsh because I do not think they are a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. In third, I'm gonna go with Wales. I don't think we are gonna push there for the top two spots, but we will be fighting for the third place team, and then the top two. I'm gonna say Switzerland there in second, and with Italy going through as a group winners. I think Italy they are under Mancini. They are a very solid team. They have got goal scorers as well in their team. If Immobile he can hit the ground running, then they could certainly go deep in this tournament. Group B, which there contains Denmark, Finland, Belgium, and Russia. And once again, I think many of these groups are going to be very, very competitive. I think Finland they are going to be propping up the rest in Group B. I think there is some real quality, but I think they are gonna struggle to get out of this group or even finish there as a third place team. In terms of the third place team, though I wanna say that Denmark just about gonna finish third. I think it's gonna be really, really tight between them and Russia, who can get second place. Denmark got some real quality players, and the likes there of Christian Eriksen and of course Martin Braithwaite. I do believe that Russia will have enough to get second. They have got some real firepower in their team, and they have done well recently at major tournaments. But of course, I am backing 100% Belgium to top this group, and they, for me, are one of the favorites to win the Euro 2020. Then there is Group C. We have the Netherlands returning to major international competition, and they are a team who deserve to be in tournaments like this. It was a real miss when they missed out there on the World Cup. Ukraine or another team in this group, they are along with Australia and North Macedonia. And again, there is some real quality, real good teams in this group. I'm gonna say there that North Macedonia are gonna finish in fourth. The other teams gonna have too much in this group. The third place for me, it is a tight one between Ukraine and Austria. Austria have some very good players. They also have a decent record in major tournament too, especially the Euros. But I'm gonna say Austria are gonna come in third place because when I have watched them, they have really impressed me the way they set up their team, the players and the quality they do have at their disposal. So I am gonna say that they are to come in second with the Netherlands top of the pile. But will they have enough to not only get to the knockouts but make a serious run with Frank de Boer as the coach? Group D will see England, Croatia, Scotland, and Czech Republic. England coming up against Croatia, that is going to be really interesting match given what happened, of course, at the 2018 World Cup. And another really interesting game, of course, is going to be England coming up against Scotland. That is going to be absolutely fascinating. And Czech Republic, they are also taking part in Group D. But I do have to say, I think Scotland, you kind of want them to do well because you know the fans they are going to be very much behind their team. It is a great thing for them. They are at a major tournament here, and I really do hope that they do well. But I just can't see them really making any inroads in this group. I am gonna say there that Scotland are gonna finish bottom of the group. In third place, I am gonna say Czech Republic because I just think they are looking at the quality that England have, and they do have real quality this time around in a major tournament. And also Croatia, we all know about their tournament experience. I don't think they are quite at the level that they once have been over the past 2 years. But England and Croatia with Czech Republic in third. Then the Group E that will contain Spain, Sweden, Poland, and Slovakia. And of course, Spain are gonna be hoping to top this group with this real quality there in the ranks of Poland and also with Sweden as well. Even though they will be without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but I want to say that Slovakia are going to finish in fourth place. I don't really think they have enough to get the points on the board and get themselves any higher than that. Then it was a tough one for me. Would it be Poland? Would it be Sweden in the third place? Who exactly is gonna get there into the top two? I am just about gonna go the way of Sweden in third place, and then Poland and Spain, and making up the other places, of course. Poland led there by Robert Lewandowski, and he had another absolutely outstanding season in front of goal. Could he fire them there to a top two finish? But I would also look out for Sweden, and in terms of who is leading their line for Alexander Isak, he finished the season really well in La Liga, scoring goals for fun at real succeeded. Finally, though, we have Group F, and I do have to say out of all the groups in this tournament, this one is the most fascinating, and certainly this is gonna be the most fiercely contested group of all. I think, given the fact that some third place teams will make it through, that's taking the edge of it just a little bit, because you imagine here, if only two of these teams would get through, that would make it really, really exciting. What I have to say, of course, is the Hungary finish bottom with this group. It is gonna be a mighty difficult task for them to get points on the board with the teams around them. And then, of course, who is going to come in third? Who is going to make up the top two? Friends, for me, are incredibly strong. You look right throughout this squad, they have got a world class player and probably another one for every single position. Germany, I think, is very strong as they have been in previous World Cups and also Euros. And of course, Portugal, they are the former winners. But do they have enough to finish top two in this group? Honestly, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna put here Portugal in third place, Germany in second, and France putting down a marker and winning Group F. Of course, like I say, guys, just because you finish outside the top two in your group does not necessarily mean that you will not appear in the knockout stages. The top four third place team, in my opinion, will be as follows. I believe that they in Group B, Denmark will get enough points to make it through, even though I did not feel they could finish in the top two. I also believe there are Austria from Group C. They can make it through as one of the best placed third teams. I think Sweden have got enough quality to show Denmark, Austria, and Sweden making it through. And of course, from Group F, there I do believe that Portugal, even though they may not finish above France and above Germany, they should have enough. They should have enough to make it through, just about to the knockout stages, which means that this is the exactly how the round of 16 will look out. We will have an absolutely mouth-watering clash there between Belgium and Portugal. Italy will come up against Ukraine, France against Denmark, Croatia against Poland, Spain against Austria. Look at that there. Should Germany finish second in their group? And of course, if England should win this, it could be England against Germany in the round of 16. The Netherlands coming up against Sweden, and right there, Switzerland coming up against Russia in the round of 16. And if we start then with the Belgium against Portugal clash, I do genuinely believe that Portugal once again are one of the favorites for this competition. They have so many incredible players. They are at their disposal. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes. So I am gonna say that Portugal are going to eliminate Belgium and make it through to the quarterfinal. when it comes to Italy against Ukraine, I do believe that despite the quality that Ukraine have, although I would not be although I would not be too surprised if there was an upset, I can see Italy navigating their way through that game and setting up a really exciting clash there in the quarterfinal stages against Portugal. France, I do believe, will comfortably get better of Denmark. They are a team who I think will just take care of what's in front of in this tournament. They have got their experience now behind them. They have got so many good players, and I believe they will take care of Denmark and get through to the quarterfinals. And then Croatia versus Poland. Usually, in years gone by, I would have said, that what Croatia will get the job done. On the other side of the draw, Spain they will be coming up against Austria, and I do believe that Spain will comfortably get through that game. But the big question would be if that does indeed happen in the other class. There, Germany against England. What a game! Even though England this time around has absolutely fantastic talent, the likes there are Phil Foden, Mason Mount coming into this tournament, they have the potential to tear this tournament up. Come up against Germany, the tournament factor, the pressure that they would be under. I still fancy Germany here to find a way to get the job done and win to set up a fixture against Spain. Then the Netherlands against Sweden. Even though Sweden do have, like I say, plenty of attacking firepower, I do believe the Netherlands make it through. They have a fantastic array of talent. They are the likes of Memphis Depay, Frank de Jong in the midfield, and of course they are without Virgil van Dijk, but they still have the delete there at back. So I think Netherlands would make it through there to the quarterfinal, and I do believe that Switzerland have the potential to, to knock out Russia and book their place in the quarterfinal with Netherlands. Indeed, if we do kick off now with those quarterfinal games, starting there with Portugal up against Italy, and that would be a really interesting. There for me look destined to make it very far in this tournament. They are gonna reach to the semifinals, and in doing so, would come up against Italy. Then, of course, the other side of the draw. What a brilliant fixture it could be there. The Germany getting the better of England, but will they get better of Spain? And on paper, that is an absolutely bumper clash. I do think actually that Spain coming into this tournament, and I do feel like they are bit underrated because I think yes they are not as good as World Cup teams who won it the European champions that we have seen from them in the past. But I do believe if they can get a goal scorer, if they can get Morata finishing chances or Gerard Moreno finishing chances in their team, they have got so much quality elsewhere. And I do think that Spain could not make to the semi-final. For me, Germany will go to semi-final. And as for the final place there in the semi-finals, the team who will go on and face Spain, face Germany, in my opinion, it will there be the Netherlands, and that would set up an absolutely fantastic final four. You have got Portugal up against Italy. You have got Italy up against France. You have got Germany up against Netherlands. For that final four and for those games to take place, that looks absolutely brilliant on paper. I think Italy and France, that is a game there that I could see being played out an unbelievable intensity end to end. But it when all it comes down to it in the end, for me, the world champions, they will find a way through. They have got Mbappe, they have got Griezmann, and even recovered Olivier Giroud. They can score goals here, and they for me will make it to the final. And joining them, Germany against the Netherlands. And although both teams to me they have a lot of good players, and both teams to me play a really nice style of football. For me, Germany will book the spot in final. My final of Euro 2020 it would be France up against Germany, and that would be an incredible fixture. From the side of France, they are a team right now who are red hot favorites. It would not be at all anything surprising to say here you know what France are gonna win the Euro, and quite honestly they should win the Euro. Looking at the squad they have, looking at the players at their disposal. But and to be honest, the only way that I don't see them winning, the only way that I don't actually see them here following up on the World Cup win and winning here in the Euros is if they beat themselves. Because I would look actually at something that happened yesterday between Mbappe and Giroud. Apparently, that Giroud felt like his teammates were not really passing to him and were not really giving him the opportunities. And Mbappe apparently was really angry after that. And France do have a bit of reputation there of falling out at tournaments, creating these unnecessary distractions. So for me, Germany will win the Euro 2020. Now I know from you that what is your prediction in terms of your winner? Who do you believe there he is gonna win the tournament outright? Who do you believe is gonna be the top goal scorer, the top assistant? Which team do you feel like may have a really good run? Dark horse potentially here in the tournament. Let me know all your prediction in comments below. Thank you for watching.